Hi, my name is Siyoung, and today we're going to go over 6th grade worksheets, lesson 33. So let's start off with number 1. So for the divisibility rules, I wrote some of the rules that might help you when you decide which number is divisible by what number. And for, number 1, all the even numbers over here with 2, 4, 6, 8, or 10. 2, 4, 6, or 8, or 10, these numbers are divisible by even numbers. Even numbers are divisible by even numbers. And for those like 3, 5, 9, or even 7, yeah, they are all divisible by odd numbers. So for number 1, it's 69, right? But notice that 9, the end number, and number itself, 69, is one number, odd number. So that means that we have to find the factors from 3, 5, or 9. So 5 is definitely no, because if you look at this rule, you have the last digit has to be 0 or 5. But the last digit is 9, right? So 5 is no. But if you look at if you look at 9, 69, 9, and it shows that we can't divide. And if you try to divide, you can divide, you'll get decimal number. But if you divide 3, which is our last choice, it's 23, right? So it is divisible. So number 1 is 3. And number 2, 207, which is odd number because the last digit is 7, and 7 is the odd number. So number 2 is, you have to figure out which number makes sense. So 2007. So let's look at 3. 3 over here, the sum of digit is divisible by 3. 2 plus 0 plus 7 is 9, and 9 is definitely divisible by 3. So 3, and let's look at 7, but 7 is not our choice, so let's skip number 7. And number 5 is definitely no, because 7 is not 0 or 5. So no 5, 5, 7, and let's check 9. The sum of its digit is divisible by 9. And the sum of digit is 9, and 9 is definitely divisible by 9. So it's 3 and 9. And number 3, 6020, 6020. And this number is even number. So let's look at the divisibility rules. So for the factor of 2, the only rule is that the last digit is even, and 0 considers as even. So 2 and 3 no. 4, okay. The number represented by the last 2 digits are divisible by. So 20. 20 is definitely divisible by 4. So 4 and 0, these are exceptions. Number 5 is also divisible because the last digit is 0. So 5 and 6. The divisible number is divisible by 2 and 3. This is important. So we can see that 6020 is definitely divisible by 2, but it is not divisible by 3, because all the numbers 6 plus 0 plus 2 plus 0 is 8, and 8 is not divisible by 3, so which means that this number is not divisible by 3. So 6 we can't divide. So 7 no, and 8 in the last 3 digits is divisible by 8, and 20 is not divisible by, we choose 0, 20, 0, 0, 0, 20, which is just 20, and 20 is not divisible by 8, so no. And sum of digit is divisible by 9? No. Last digit is 0? So yes. Okay, these are the basic summaries of finding divisibility factors. And yeah, you have to definitely go check every numbers that make sense, that acquires the rules. And let's move on to the concept application. So this is really important that you understand the chart over here, it might be graph, but in this case, chart. So number one, which city has a greater fraction of commuters that drive alone? Greatest fraction. So this is 32 over 40, right? Yeah, and this is just simplified version. So 24 over 40, 30 over 40, 6 over 40. So all the bases same. Yeah, all the bases are same, so which means that we can compare and contrast or subtract or add, right? So greatest fraction, which is Los Angeles, and with 32, and others have 24, 30, and 6, which is less than 32. And the ratio of commuters that drive alone is San Diego to commuters. Okay, the ratio of San Diego, ratio of San Diego to Houston. And the thing is that the first come first goes first. So San Diego mentioned first, so San Diego's comes first. And which is 6, and Houston is 24. So if you simplify, it's 1, 4. The city has the smallest fraction commuter is San Diego, with 6, and add fractions is 32 plus 24 plus 30 plus 6 over 40, and which is, this is 30, 60, and 92 over 40. And if you simplify, you get the answer. Let's quickly go over word problems. So for number 1, this is finding average numbers, which is 50, and the given items is 58, 68, 72, 75, 74, 85, and 89. So these are items. So 58 plus 68 plus 72 plus 75 plus 85 plus 89 over number of items, which means that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 numbers. So I'll add all this up and divide by 7, and you'll get the answer. And for number 2, the owner of a cattle ranch, Joe, has to count to make sure he has the right amount of cattle at each day. He does this by counting how many of 2 colors cattle has. He has adding up equal to 50, so total is 50, and he has 60% of brown and some amount of white. But as you know, every percentage adds up to 100. So 100 percentage, which is 50 in this case, minus 60 equals 40. So this is brown and this is white. 40% of white. And it's asking how many white cattle. So 50 times 40, 100, which is 20. 20 white cattle. This is just percentage and ratios. So other word problems are simply similar to what we have been doing. So don't forget that 1 foot is 12 inches. And for number 4, you have to make sure that how many days are in a week. Thank you, and see you next time.